Hi, I'm Paul Copas. Today I'm going to talk you through Learn Your Scales and Arpeggios for Saxophone Lesson 1. This tutorial video is designed to accompany the worksheet which you have downloaded from planzmusic.com. It is important that you follow all the instructions on the worksheet, as this video will not cover all that is required by itself. You will find illustrations of fingerings, full explanations, exercises and a 6-day practice plan to guide you through learning all this. The first scale you will learn is G major for 1 octave. If you use the middle finger fingering for C in this scale, you will have to move between B and C by cross fingering, that is, lifting one finger and lowering another simultaneously. This can be clumsy and lead to an unwanted note being heard between the two. An alternative side key fingering for C is presented, and exercises 1 and 2 will help you decide which fingering to use. If you choose to use the side key fingering, you will need to be able to move smoothly from C to D. Here is the scale of G major for 1 octave. The scale is written out on the worksheet, but you should try to play it from memory as soon as possible. No slurs or other markings are provided, but most of your scale practice should be slurred, as this will enable you to ensure that your fingers are moving accurately. Any mistiming or other slip will result in hiccups and extraneous notes or squeaks. The other scale in Lesson 1, F major, is not so easy as it contains B flat. All 4 fingerings for this note are illustrated, but the side key fingering is selected as the most appropriate for use in scales. Exercise 3 will help you to work on these finger movements. Practice it slowly at first and increase the tempo as you get more secure. Here is the scale of F major for 1 octave. The practice plan at the end of the lesson tells you exactly what to do over the course of 6 practice sessions. There are a few things you need to bear in mind. Do exactly what it says. If you're instructed to play a scale twice, this means twice correctly. If you get it wrong, you should do it again. Tick the box marked Done after each item. This is your record of what you have done. You should keep a pencil in your instrument case anyway. If you're still not confident about these scales after day 6, you can repeat days 5 and 6 each day for another week before moving on to lesson 2. The practice plans are going to get progressively longer as you learn more scales and will eventually look quite scary. But if you complete each plan meticulously, each day should take no more than a few minutes to complete, even when you find yourself with 20 or more items. So good luck. See you in lesson 2.